Hey guys, this is going to be a long lesson in how to lay this thing out and get the center lines. Find a center line on this machine to bring our lines rearward. In this case, that's the front. Bring our lines back, establish a square end. You know I cut already, I torched. It's all goobery because of the double thickness and all that stuff, so I need to find that. So I'm going to teach you what I know, and we're going to get you to do just this. If you ever run into it, it'll carry through the rest of your life. So just watch all the way to the end. I'm going to do the layout first, and then I'm going to go to the whiteboard, and I'm going to explain everything I'm doing to the best of my ability. I'm just a shop now. What do you call it? I am what I am. I am what I am because I ain't what I ain't. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Some of you will get bored and shut it off, but if you want to learn, you watch it till the end. I demand it because I'm the teacher and you're the student. Or you just like watching me, and that's okay too. I appreciate those guys too, because yeah. All right, sit back and enjoy my first day of class. Well, I'm always teaching, but enjoy my first video that I'm actually trying to teach you guys something in a manner that is learnable. I don't know what the word is. And the polkas are going to play in the background, so I hope you're not distracted by that. I kind of like it. So, all right, sit back and enjoy. And like I said, watch it till the end. And if you know youngins that need to learn some of this stuff or want to learn repair work, fabricating out in the field, I don't care where it is, share the heck out of this and get it to your buddies and schools, whatever, because they don't teach you this crap in school. Okay, stay tuned. Up next, Mike doing layout. So I guess the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. What I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to take you along for a little ride. We're going to have a little lesson. This is the next lesson in the Timbco project. And the lesson is going to be like this. It's how do we establish a center line or a square line on an old piece of equipment like this. Being we don't have a jig like it was made in the factory, we don't have a positioner, we don't have nothing. So I'm just going to perform what I'm doing here, and then I will take you to the whiteboard and show you what my plan is. Because you always got to have a plan. I just released a video of me torching, and I'm not done yet with the torching, and I'm not going to proceed until I get some lines established. And because you always need a reference point, no matter what you're doing. When you're fabricating, you get a blueprint, it's got a dimension on it. You gotta, this doesn't change anything because it's an old piece of iron. We gotta get to the point of perpendicular and parallel lines. It's just, there's no two ways about it. You could put that plate on here and hope it's good, and then the bearing goes like this, and then the machine could be sitting like that. Hypothetically, if it was a 1/4 inch off, the ass end could be up in the air. You know, I'm being real extreme, but so no matter what you think, all this stuff matters. So that's what I'm here to tell you today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way in to the axle, like I said in the other video. Okay, so I cleaned all the grease off it with a spatula, putty knife, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure over and find me a nice common point, which is going to be 48 inches. And I'm going to take my handy dandy soapstone and I'm going to make a mark at 48. Okay, we really technically only got to be within a 16th, or you know, something to that effect. That's my opinion. So we get this talk and walk at the same time here deal going. So I got 48 right there. Make a little mark. Then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. We'll make the mark at 48. Underneath all these obstructions also, which is really good for me, I can get a clear measurement. I probably should have a stiffer tape here, but that's what she always says. So anyways, or a helper, but it is Sunday. And I'm trying to do this videotaping. Okay, so I got a 48-inch mark on both sides. So, just for the shits of it, now that I got my 48, I'm going to come out here with my tape and I'm going to look. This bottom edge here on this side says 57. Now we're doing this in real time. That's to the edge of that's to the corner of my bevel. Come over here. And I've got 56 3/4. Okay, so there's the difference. There's a 1/4 inch difference from side to side based on that axle. And I'm going to go with the axle mount. I know I complained about there's extra weld because they reinforced it back there. But the axle mount would have been a machine to fit that axle, and it's going to be the best point I have. It always is on any vehicle either. Anyways, to make a long story short, let's continue on here. More coffee. Did you guys know? I'm going to tell you. If you didn't, I'm going to tell you. This is the other thing I'm going to tell you. Up under here, this whole length is the top surface of that machine, the top of it. So all I'm going to do is take my framing square and I'm going to drop a line here, okay, off of this surface. And I should be super duper duper square. I mean, it is, sometimes it's that simple. Sometimes it's not. You got to not be on the weld back in the corner. You kind of got to cheat it out. Just a fuzz. Because they added this plate and there's a gully in there and there's some... Anyways. Maybe we are kosher enough here. Mike's got to get his light out because it's dark in here. Make sure you got a good surface. And no rock in the boat here. Because it is important. Okay, I got it up in there. I don't like that. I moved a little bit. Soapstone's nice now. Okay, so there we go. Just a light line. After all, we are just fabricating. Okay, you guys can see that. Same thing. Get on the 48. Yeah, there's some snoogies up there, so you gotta be careful of that. Make sure you get a nice square line. Alright, so that's 48. It's a good common number. It's 4 foot, you know that. And so what I'm going to do here now is just double check my work. I always do that. What do we call that when it's right on? We call that dead nuts. I don't know why we call it that. dead nuts. Dead nuts. I'm happy with that. Okay, now I gotta go get something, because I gotta show you one more trick. Hang on, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. My cousin, he just had to go to work, he had to use the pooper. We're always working around here. I don't know, it's Sunday and I got a bathroom in here. He drives a truck, log truck, and it's winter and they go all the time, so not poop, but they go on the road, they're giving her. We had freezing rain yesterday too, which really sucked. The roads were just, you might as well stay home. But anyhow, okay, so back to what I was talking about. Old man Lemke, we called him, Grandpa Lemke. You know, 30 years ago, he used to tell me stories about indicating parts on a lathe with a piece of chalk before indicators. You know how old that is? A long time. They used to have competitions. Who could get it indicated the best just by holding their hand with a piece of chalk. All right, getting on to this. What you do is you come over here with a center punch. Okay? And get on the center of your line and make yourself a couple of reference marks, because you want to know why? All this work around here, my lines are going to disappear, I'll guarantee it. It's greasy, grimy metal work. So, take your little center punch. In my case, it's a nice little Starrett that I've had forever. And a little, what we call in the world, up here in up north, we call these bald penis hammers. Don't ask me why. I have no idea where this terminology comes from, but I'll say, Troy, go get me a bald penis. And he'll come back with a ball peen hammer. It just goes together, I guess. Ball peen and ball, whatever, Mike. Okay, so there we're at. We're established 48 inches. Now, instead of me always trying to measure from over there, when I'm setting this up, to square it and to do the rest of my cuts, I mean, it is really that simple. And to transfer it over to the top, I shouldn't have to, but there's an old trickaroo here. Where's my little square, my little square right here. Well, basically, it's like this. Pretty simple. You just do like you do if you're woodworking. You put your square on that line, which isn't existing at the moment because there's a weld gap in there. And you just transfer it out and up and over. And we'll get to that. I'll get it across the top. So then I have the ability to measure all the way up here. Similar to laying on an I-beam, anything. So that's basically what I've done. Now, just because I couldn't measure from over there before because the axle is very low. But now, I'm not one always, by the way, I don't use the hook. I use the 10-inch mark so I can get more accurate measurement. So I lay my tape on the 10-inch. And I've got 19 to my cut right here, which is 9 inches. Always remember that. I don't know why we don't. And down here I'm 18 3/4 eyeball. So that means I'm a 1/4 inch cut too deep down here compared to here. And that's fine for now. It's all rough. It doesn't matter. I will check the other side. Put it on the 10-inch mark. I got 9 1/4 here. Put it on the 10-inch mark. I got 9 here. So, what do they have over here? 8 3/4 and 9. So now I'm not only off this way, that corner is protruding more that way. So we're off and we're cattywampus. And that's why I'm doing this. Did you ever hear that word? Cattywampus? So basically that's it. Okay, that's the line I need. And if you really want to get anal retentive like I do most of the time, I will also do this, because it's what I do. I've been doing this for so long. I take me a nice handy scribe into those nice center punch marks that I just made. And I scribe me a line. You hear it tick, I'm into that line. So now I can wipe that right off. Some of these videos are going to get kind of long, so I hope you don't really mind. It's just the way it is. If you want to learn what I'm doing, then you got to be right here with me. You got to hold your square nice and tight, because that wants to move on us. Okay, so now, like I said, I established, ooh, that looks nice. Yeah, wipe the chalk away and I got a line. I really did. I kind of miss this kind of work. Not really, but I do. But what I'm trying to do now is give you guys all training, I guess. So we will stop here and I will go to the dry erase board and show you the rest of the story of what I'm going to do here. But that is how you lay it out. That is how you get a dimension. And it proved itself already. Yeah, you can look at this, grind it all up, put the plate on, and you could measure at that point. But I'm going to show you why I'm not doing that. I'm going to make this so I can just slap the plate on and weld it on. You know, I'll have to turn it a little bit here and there to get it in the right orientation, but did I also tell you, once upon a time, I'm trying to learn how to do this and teach you guys best I can, because I'm told I got an aunt that was a teacher, and my grandmother was a teacher in the old one-room school. And if I talked with bad English, she'd correct me when we were growing up. And so maybe teaching is in my blood, and I just don't know it. Or it's in the tradition. I don't know what to call it, but like I said, I'm finding a part of me that wants to pass this stuff on, so I'm going to do that best I can. And hopefully you guys bear with me. And I always say, my dad always said, everything happens for a reason. And perhaps there's a reason for me doing this. There's a reason for you too. I have no clue what it is. There's always maybe some kind of whatever. We're not going to get into that. But so I'm going to reset up the cameras now, and I'm going to show you what I got on the dry erase board. And we'll go from there. And we'll get on to the next video. Will be whatever I make it, I guess. Nice music today, right? Polkas. Polkas are good for you.